bear with me. This time we're going to talk about a lot of unique concepts that are very, very easy. You don't have to know a lot about jewelry making to do. You can be advanced, you can be a complete novice, and you can make something really cool in just a little bit of time. We're going to make some flower findings and some pod charms and pendants. I'm going to go back on the video I made a week or so ago and show you how I wrapped up the back of that filigree to make the earring or the blossom finding. Show you some neat tools I have, how to use the crimp pliers, just a bunch of cool little concepts. So come on over here, join me in the messy workshop, and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the blossom style pendant again this week that I did last week and didn't really get to demonstrate. Here I've used this filigree, which we carry on the site, and this rose, which is actually a double layered rose with a tube rivet, 332 tube rivet through it. It comes from the tooler like this. And this is our old rose ox finish. But I just think this is so pretty and so simple. As you see, I've taken a vintage pearl and speared it with a copper head pin, a long one. We sell these on the website. And I just spear this through here, and I go through this center hole. And I'm going to pull this up with my fingers just as tight as I can. And then I'm going to thread this through. Actually, I should have probably done that first through. And then bring this up through. And again, tight as I can. Okay, see, look, it's nice and it's on there. Okay, now what I do is I want to bend this back just a little bit. And then I'm going to cut it right about here. And get that off. Okay, I've got a garbage can down here. Okay, I'm going to bend this back bit, and then I'm going to roll this. And this is going to be my bail, so bend it back a little bit more. And just roll it with my round nose pliers. Roll it, roll it, roll it. And that's it. How easy was that? Yeah, it feels a little loosey-goosey, but it just gives it some flow movement. You can push it a little bit if you want. It's fine. It looks good. I love it. So now all you gotta do is get it on a pair of ear wires, which I just might do that right now. Paula says, do that right now in my kitchen. Except you know what? Look at that. Won't work. I'm going to have a copper ox jump to make that work. But I could maybe turn it, couldn't I? Why not? And then, what I'll do is I will, let me go this way, no, the other way. I always get confused on that, do you? I do, I get confused, but it's easily fixed. Alright, put this through here, and then of course, if you don't want this, moving back up your wire, you got to crimp this back down, which you probably would want to do that before you hook the chip, but look at that. How fast was that? You could sit here and probably pump out 15 of them in no time. It does appear, so I may have put that on backwards though. But anyway, that's my problem to solve later, but that's the basic technique. Simple as pie. You guys can do this so quickly with very little knowledge of making jewelry. Beautiful earrings. Fabulous. I might wear these later. I just might. Okay. Something a little bit more unique. Look at this. I made these up already for you. Flowers. One I did with a head pin, and one I did with a little wire squiggly from a piece of binding wire. So, let's practice doing one together with a piece of binding wire. Let's see, was it this stuff or was it this stuff? No, actually it wasn't the binding wire, it was this stuff. Alright, I lied. No, this is what I use for the base. 20 gauge craft wire, beadsmith, copper wire, whatever you got. Doesn't matter. But here's how we're going to basically do it. You guys know how to make an eye pin? Here, let me cut this off. It's like a little thing there. Okay, you know how to make an eye pin out of something straight? Take it like about here. Bend it back on a right angle. And then bend it over. Okay? So I've got like an eye pin now, right? Don't I? Very nice. Be nice if it was straighter, wouldn't it? Eye pin. Okay. But I'm not going to stop at that. What I'm going to do, I want to make me a squiggly. So I'm going to roll it. Okay, I'm rolling it. Okay, now I'm going to set it up. Straighten it up. So it's on the end, my little squiggly. See that? Can you see that? See, simple. But you got to get this straight afterwards, because now we're going to thread stuff onto here to make our flower. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reach over here, and I've got some little Toho beads. I've got a little copper colored Toho bead. I'm going to stick that up there on there. And then I've got some little turquoise beads here. I'm going to put this one on here. See if that goes up. Yeah, nice. So I got this going on now. Okay. And I might want to just straighten this up just even a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, now I'm going to thread my components on. So what do I have that needs to go on here first? Well, first my little cup, this part. So I have a silver one. We carry these all at the website. See, now I've got my silver one on there. Now what else do I have that need? Oh, I need to put a little petal part on there. Now, I should have that laying right here. I'm not seeing it, of course. Wouldn't you know? It's not right here. But that's okay. I'll use this instead. These little cupped flower part. Put that on there. Okay, now I've got this. Now this is really important because this is really a design element. This makes it so, I don't know, steampunky almost, industrial looking, but still beautiful, and I love this part. It's one of my, I'm going to show you something else you can do cool with this part. So I've got that on there. Now I need to get my end part, this part here. I got a bigger one on this one, a smaller one. It's just a little finding here like this. And I'm going to pull that up there, like that. As soon as I find the hole. Too much coffee this morning. Fumbly fingered. Okay, now, I got a problem though, don't I? It's going to all fall off if I don't get something to stopper that. So what do I do to create a stopper? Well, I need a crimp. See if I can just get it through there. This is a really small crimp. There it goes. I've got a crimp bead on there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I've got crimping pliers. And I am going to crimp it, which bends it kind of in half. Can you see that? And then I take the round part in the front. See, there's a notch part, and then there's a round part. These look really bad because they're old as the hills. I've used them forever. They're still holding up. Okay, that's going to hold that there, kind of, sort of. Not real well, but kind of, sort of. Okay? Now what I'm going to do to make it really hold is I've got a piece of 24 gauge copper binding wire, which this is stuff the platers use whenever they're going to rack plate something. They'll loop this through, say that you had this finding and it was going to be plated, and you wanted it rack plated. You didn't want it done in the bath. And they would put this through, and then they would form it, and it would go down in there like that. And the copper will not react with it. But anyway, I have found it's really good for other things, and this is what we're going to do, because it's inexpensive. What we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we're going to wrap this in half, like this, okay? Okay, so did you see what I did? I just wrapped it in half. And then I'm going to take this, and I want to keep pulling this up tight. And I'm going to just wrap it. I'm just going to wrap, man, you know, when you want stuff to go good. The other two I made went together like a dream. Of course, don't you know, we're on camera here. But I'm wrapping this real tight. And it's so easy because it's you know, it's not heavy gauge wire. Now I'm going to leave a little tail there, okay? Now I'm going to go around the other way. And I'm just pulling this up as tight as I can. Because I don't, when I'm done with this, I don't want there to be a ton of play. And it looks like there's probably going to be more play on this one than I want it to be. So they really didn't have the one finding I want. It's going to see. Now I'm getting close. See, what's going to make all the difference is because I'm close in here now. Wrapping this. Okay. I always tell you guys, I am not the consummate jewelry artist. I've made a lot of jewelry in my time. I understand a lot of techniques. I could be a better jewelry maker than I am, except I have to be so busy, you know, with the part stuff. but I understand a lot of things and I have a lot of ideas, and I can get you started on your journey. And that, my friends, delights me. I love it when you show me your pictures and the things that you have done, or a concept that I started and you finished, and you said, Brenda Sue, I took that idea and this is what I did with it. Look. Oh, I'm not jealous of you. I am happy. And I love the sharing, so please share. And I know some of you are fabulous wire workers. But this concept here that I just did of twisting the wire, this comes from Cage Work Beater, which I'm not half bad at, believe it or not. Don't know how good I'd be on camera with it, but I'm pretty good at it. But you twist the wire to finish it. And now I'm going to kind of crimp it down again with a flat nose. And I do have a little tag in there that I will get rid of later. Maybe I'll just try and snip him off now. I can't see him good enough. There's a little bit of glare here. But anyway, I had this kind of a Nina Bagley type loose wrap type thing going on there, which I just love her stuff. But anyway, now I've got a flower, and it's solid. It's on there and it's staying. So now I have to say, well, we've got 3 flowers. What will we do with this? We've got enough for a bouquet, don't we, darlings? We do. So what we could do is take that self-same binding wire and bind this, but we could take one of the tails and start twisting it and get them stuck together. You know, actually, my idea from this came from an antique, actually a brooch probably somebody made that I found in a flea market back in the 30s. They made it. I'm reaching over to get some binding wire. I'm just going to bind this. Okay, look at. And I'm just going to keep doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this. I could be watching TV while I'm doing this. This is so simple. But when you get done with this, you're going to have something that looks so cool. And yours is going to be way better than mine. I guarantee that. I have so much confidence in you. But anyway, long story short, let's set this down. Here's a finished one that I made, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I used some beautiful he-she beads to kind of wrap around there. And I took one of my Copper Rocks drops. And I love this brooch. I wear this brooch a lot. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or not. I guess I'll have to make some more, because this was the first one I did and I love it. And here's how I put the pin back on. It's just wired on. Just wired on, that's all. Put a brass ox one on because I'm probably never going to have copper ones. I've never seen that they were made, and it's going to be a problem. But anyway, that's pretty much how you do that. So next week when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about pod charms, things that look like this, and how you can take this piece and manipulate it over a bead to make that charm. And we're just going to continue this whole thread and have a whole lot more fun. And I hope you have a great week. If you have questions, let me know, because that's why I'm here.